Well, this is the proving ground for young drivers in V8 supercars, and there's no better place to look for up-and-coming driver talent than the Fujitsu Series. This weekend at Wakefield Park near Goulburn, it's round 2 of the emerging talent in this championship. 3 races this weekend, getting set for race 1, round 2 of the Fujitsu V8 Supercar Series. The onboard there will ride with Andrew Thompson. He'll start from the inside of row 2, but Holden's Tony D'Alberto, his first ever pole in this series.
First ever pole, great job. Difficult place to pass here at Wakefield Park, so he's in the right position.
Marcus Marshall back for a drive in a V8 supercar. He's going to start from 7th in the Matthew White Falcon. But the big hitter, the championship leader, Michael Caruso, to start from 20th after a penalty from qualifying. He's got a lot of work to do. It's going to be very, very hard over the course of these 3 races.
He'll need to keep his nose clean and really work hard at passing those cars early on in the race.
A big field of cars, they keep on coming. Taz Douglas, the Formula Ford racer, making his V8 supercar debut. 35 card, it's going to be busy. Tony D'Alberto, Chris Alajajan, the front row of the grid. We're off and racing in race 1. That's the onboard view from Andrew Thompson in the Latitude Howard Falcon, and Tony D'Alberto with the clean run into turn 1.
Spinning car, that looks like White in the ex-Paul Morris car. Bit of contact there. Yeah,
some contact with Shannon O'Brien. He's going to go right to the tail of the field. Look at Alajajan going for the lead. He gets D'Alberto on the run through the flip-flop, and Thompson's in there too. Here's the replay of the start, Brad. A fantastic launch from pole from D'Alberto.
Great run from D'Alberto, but let's look for White on the outside here. Bit of contact. Lucky not to get cleaned up there. Lifted off the brake, rolled off the circuit.
Chris Alajajan, no one's been able to touch the Pro Technica Commodore. His first drive in this category in 2007, and he's going to see a checkered flag. His first ever win in the Fujitsu V8 Supercar Series.
Well-deserved win.
A lot of pressure on Mark McNally to start from the front row of the grid. Keep an eye too, Jonathan Webb in the Stone Brothers Racing Falcon. He's on row 2.
Marcus Marshall, great job in the first race. He'll be looking to capitalise on that in this race.
Marcus Sukanovic, the former Commodore Cup and V8 Ute champ, to start from position 11. Dale Wood in the Greg Murphy Racing Commodore, ill this weekend. He's really not feeling well, so it's going to be tough for him today.
And Damien White, fastest lap in the first race, starting out at 18 because they're only inverting the top 10. He'll be looking to make his way through the field.
Shannon O'Brien, another to start deep in the pack from position 26. A big field of cars at Wakefield Park. The revs rise, race 2, the Fujitsu V8 Supercar Series, and Sam Walter, a fantastic jump from the Tasmanian rookie. He's got the lead clearly now into turn 1.
Almost too good a jump. I wonder what they'll think about that. It certainly, he either got it right or he was a little quick on the trigger, but great start by him. Not too much wheel spin. We've got Jay Vernig off the road here in the GIO car.
And he's going to lose a lot of ground.
Dyson for 5th place means that they've both moved through the pack quite well. That was a nice clean pass, got down the inside. Turn 10 is one of the real passing opportunities on this circuit.
I guess with one of the issues of this category, Brad, there's so many ex-Level 1 cars in this series now that so many of the teams have data from the big teams, but they don't here. Wakefield Park is a track that we don't race at in the main championship series.
That's very true. No data to rely on. It is a very bumpy little circuit. Let's have a bit of a look from inside Andrew Thompson's car.
Trying to work his way through on Shannon O'Brien, who ended up right back in the field in race 1, finished 26th. And there's Tom Drewer, the youngster who's Jose Fernandez's teammate in the Prodigy team. It's his first ever weekend in a V8 supercar. Has come from saloon car racing, and that's a very, very big step.
Well, Mark Howard spinning there. Oh, a touch from Dean Neville. A lot of damage on that car.
Also looked like Damien Saylett going off in the grass. Mark Howard at least looks like that car is still drivable. He'll be able to clear the zone.
There was another car involved in that. I couldn't quite see who it was at the time. There it is in the shot. It's Neil McFadden. He's going to be lucky to get away with that one. He's got into the back corner panel of his car. He started to turn him around, and he's kept on going. And
the WPS Chrysler safety car is about to pull off to pit lane at Wakefield Park. We'll go back to a start in race 2 for the Fujitsu V8 Supercars. And Brett Hobson, who's been very impressive this weekend, Brad, he'll lead us away.
He and Jonathan Webb be a bit disappointed with this. They'd worked away from this clawing pack, and now their lead is diminished. So they'll have to get the head down focus on what's required here, which isn't a lock brake running into turn one. He really needs to...
He's made a mistake and snowplowed off at turn 2, and that hands the lead straight back to Jonathan Webb at turn 10. And look at the margin. He's comfortable over Tony D'Alberto. So Jonathan Webb, the youngster from Sydney who now lives on the Gold Coast, driving for Stone Brothers Racing, brings it off the final turn, and race 2 in round 2 of the Fujitsu V8 Supercar Series will go to Ford and Stone Brothers Racing. D'Alberto, importantly enough, second place. That'll give him a good starting position for race 3. Sam Walter, a good fight back to finish there in 6th after a problem with a broken component on that car.
Got a few surprises. Terry Wyhoon up in 12th. Great drive by Terry.
And Andrew Thompson managed to fight his way through to position 13. It's the third and final race in round 2 of the Fujitsu V8 Supercar Series. The grid is an aggregate of the first 2 race results. So Tony D'Alberto will start from the pole alongside Jonathan Webb. Chris Alejage in retirement from race 2, but the points he got from the race 1 win put him on row 3 for race 3.
Michael Caruso off row 5.
He's got a lot of work to do. Damien White has slowly but surely been clawing his way back through the order. Andrew Thompson to start from 16th, and Dale Wood, who finished 7th in the last race, was excluded from the results, in fact, for an ignition time in irregularity. So he's a lot further back in the field. In the green flag from the back of the grid now. This is a longer third and final race, so the revs start to rise. Tony D'Alberto on the pole, Jonathan Webb on the outside of the first row, and he's missed the start completely.
Missed it and broke it into wheel spin, and he's going to drop back through the pack. He slots into 5th position, but he'll be very disappointed with that start.
Marcus Marshall files through into 2nd spot. Fernandez is 3rd, Chris Alejage in 4th, but more importantly, Tony D'Alberto is absolutely cleared away.
One thing we don't know about some of these guys is who's on the tyres that they say for this race and who's used up all their good tyres. We have a spinning car a little further back in the pack. See this from another angle. Look at the contact and have a look at Sharp off onto the grass. Now Wood's on the grass, Daniel lifts. We have this other accident happening here. We've got cars going everywhere. Cedars has been in the back of Denyer, it looks like there. And we've still got cars spinning off trying to avoid Denyer's accident.
We go on board with Grant Denyer, looking out the back of the Summit Fleet Leasing Falcon and running a bit of a lonely race. There's the damage from the rear bumper where David Cedars got into the back of that car before. On board with Grant Denyer, hunting down Mark Howard in the Howard Racing Falcon. More Fujitsu V8 Supercar action from Wakefield Park after the break.
Starting to run out of grip on the tyres. Terry Wyhoon just off the road there.
Looked for a bit of grip in the grass. I don't think he found it.
You won't find much grip out there, but at this point in the race, the tyres are well past their best. And what's happening is they've got no lateral grip, so when they jump on the brakes, they're tending to block them up and skip along the road a little bit, and that's what's causing all the smoke we're seeing on the run down into turn 2.
Oh, all sorts of drama at turn 2. Tom Drewer, the V8 Supercar rookie, is off and into the tyre wall, and that's a decent off because it's pretty hard to hit anything at Wakefield Park.
Looked like he had a lot of speed on the car when he came off the road. They obviously made contact in turn 1 well before they got to the brake area, I think.
Here's a replay of the contact between Terry Wyhoon. That's at turn 9, and Terry Wyhoon ends up hip and shouldered out through the scenery, so maybe some form of the contact from there that has caused some drama with Tom Drewer's car when he's come around next time through.
Not too sure. It doesn't look like it's a very hard contact, though. It's just gently pushed Terry off the road, but possibly something's broken on the car, and as he's run down off the main straight...
Oh, Chris Alejage in problems with the Pro Technica Commodore pulling infield on the run through turn 5. Back at Wakefield Park in race 3 of the Fujitsu V8 Supercar Series, the WPS Chrysler safety car is on track after this contact between Dale Wood and Luke Yulden on the exit of turn 10. And with the race drawing to a close, Brad, we're hearing from race control that we're in fact going to have this race not restart under green flag racing conditions. It's going to be in fact a 200-metre dash to the finish.
Well, the idea is they need to clear the track up as much as they can, and they love to finish these events under green, but got our run down to the line here.
And this is going to give Tony D'Alberto a breakthrough. His first ever win in the Fujitsu V8 Supercar Series. Tony D'Alberto, finally, he's been in this championship since mid-2003, and he breaks through for his first ever pole and now his round win. A great drive from Marcus Marshall, second in the final race, and Jose Fernandez as well.